Hi, this is Tom Morris.
And I'm Elliot Feld.
I'm kidding, and this is Elliot Feld.
And I'm kidding, and he's Tom Morris.
One time.
Quick question.
Okay. Quick answer.
I read a book once.
Yep.
And within the book, a character goes to the film industry in the 70s and meets John Milius, a famous director.
Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite parts of the book. Do you have an experience like that in your...
Oh.
In your college career, where you may have met a famous director and or worked for him for 3 years?
We volunteered for this festival, and we got to the festival, and we were the only employees. It wasn't like there was other employees. It was him and us running a festival, and it wasn't as awesome as the Cleveland Film Festival being in one centralized location. They had it spread out over 3 towns, and like 15 different theaters that weren't really theaters, so we're setting up projectors and screens the day of screenings with sound equipment. It was an awesome time, and we met Randall Kleiser, the director of Grease, there. And
what else did he direct?
He directed The Flight of the Navigator, he flighted The Blue Lagoon, he flighted the Honey, I Shrunk the Kid, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, Summer Lovers, Flight of the Navigator, White Fang, Flight of the Navigator, Getting It Right, and I think Dirty Harry.
What about that Miley Cyrus movie?
Oh, Love Wrecked. So we met in a limousine. We were, for some reason, they didn't rent vans to transport people around in.
They rented 8. Sorry.
We had two.
I want to answer questions.
You want to answer questions now. We had 2 limousines to drive around in, and the film commission's like, we're going to take you a tour of rural Colorado. So I was in the back of this limousine with Randall, and he was scared, and I was supposed to comfort him. So I started telling the story about how I had previously fell off a cliff when I was 16, and he thought I was interesting or weird, and invited me to come work for him and fix computers. And I don't know anything about that. So I got back to LA after the festival, and I went down to fix his computer. And I said, I don't know what I'm doing. So I recommended somebody else. And then you and I were in a documentary filmmaking class. Thought it'd be interesting to make a film about film school in the 60s. Because at that time, Randall Kleiser's roommate was George Lucas. They were in school with Francis Ford Coppola, a couple years ahead of them. John Milius was there. Steven Spielberg was trying hard to get into USC. So we're like, this is weird that all these people exploded out of this this vat of like the fondue pot. And so we started shooting this documentary, and from that experience we met John Milius. We shot an interview of him on top of a mountainside with a goat, and then Bill Phelps. And yeah, I don't know. We ended up working for him for almost 3 years.